We are so excited because the first thing we're getting done on this house is getting a brand new air conditioner. So this is where they're putting the compressor, is up in the attic, and of course all the piping, venting, etc., etc. But the previous owner had a permanent vent there, and it was not conducive to getting in and out if we have to do any service on that condenser. So we are going to build a frame, put the covering back on, and then make it so we can get in and out of this hole much easier. I found some siding and vent panels in the back 40 of the yard. These are going to work perfectly for creating a new vent cover to cover that hole. So we just need to make a simple frame. And so I'm just using some inexpensive pine 1x2 to create a frame, and then we'll use the siding that has holes in it for venting to put in here, and it'll just slide up into that hole. I'm painting before we cut the frame because it's a lot easier to paint this in all one piece. Then all I have to do is touch up the ends when we cut our framing. Actually, I think we're going to miter it, aren't we? So I won't need to touch up any ends. That would be better. Yeah. Butterfly, get off my paint. Go. Go. The butterflies really like this paint. Go. Oh my goodness. You're gonna get paint all over your little feet. We'll let the top and the one side dry, and then we'll flip it over and do the other side. Okay, and here it is, the finished panel with the venting and the proper trim, and now we just got to get it to the top of the peak of the house. We don't have a ladder that's tall enough to reach up there, so Mark's got to put his ladder on the back of his pickup and lean it up against the house and climb all the way up there to get this panel in properly. My hero. So one of our projects for today is going to be a fast one. We have these are the crawl spaces under our house. This is a old 101-year-old house, so it's pier and beam. And I think because it was also out in the country, we have some issues with mice and other critters. I think they thought this thick rubber mat would be the way to go to cover up this crawl space. The only problem is pier and beam homes with the wood underneath, they need air. Wood needs air. So this should be a vent cover and not a solid piece of rubber. The rubber, you can see, is collecting way too much moisture. So we need to get this dried out. Besides the fact that we're going to be doing some floor leveling later, right, Mark?
Yeah.
And we don't we don't want to crawl under with moist ground under there. So we got to get this dried out.
So excited about crawling under this spider-ridden, scary underground
skunk trap.
Yeah. Big baby bug.
Didn't your mama tell you? Always wear protection.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Another through?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Okay, so the goal for this crawl space is to dig down to the very base of the siding, which is clear down there in the ground, which is not good. The siding shouldn't be in the ground like that. So we're going to dig all this ground away, and then we've got this piece of flashing we're going to put down. Of course, that edge is going to go behind the siding, and then the frame is going to sit lower, obviously, because we will have dug out, but that'll be the idea. And then there's the mesh is going to go over the top of the frame so we can get some good ventilation, but no critters can get in.
Yeah. We're anti-critterites.
Well, at least anti-rat.
And mouse. And skunk. And scorpion.
And spiders.
And spiders.
Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my.
my.
Okay, let's get started.
Okay.
So we're going to dig out a little bit of this ground here. They never ever repaired anything properly. They just kept shoving things into holes and trying to cover up instead of actually fixing the problems. So we're going to see if we can get this fixed.
Or at least this one little part. For
To start. This is actually our test. We're going to see if this is going to work. If not, we got to come up with a new game plan. But if it does, we're doing this around the entire base of the house. Okay, where does the siding end?
That piece there, that frame ends there.
So we might have to cut that, right?
Yeah. Ew.
Whatever was there is already rotted because it's under the dirt. So that's something we're going to have to replace completely down the road, but not right now. We got to get the most important things temporarily fixed until we do a complete remodel on siding. You're doing a good job, babes.
Yeah. Might need some help.
I am helping. I'm doing the videoing.
Yeah, the help I need requires you put gloves on.
There we go. Are we finding that edge?
Yeah. But now we gotta make enough room to
Put that full.
get that thing underneath it.
Yeah. And for the length of that.
And this frame is cut
In
more
the proper,
evenly.
yeah. Okay, so we've got the soil dug down pretty good. Mark's gonna try and cut off this little bit of trim here that's too long. We got to get the flashing underneath that. Don't break the house, just cut the trim.
You know what? You are so demanding. Don't break the house. Don't burn things down. Wah.
Come on, Muscles, it's just vinyl. When in doubt, break it off.
That's right. Okay. And we will be able to get underneath all of that.
Perfect.
Yep. All right, you want me to try and put the flashing underneath?
Yep.
Okay.
That looks good. Oh, Mark, my hero.
because I'm doing all the work you don't want to do.
Exactly correct. So this is just a piece of junk flashing that was left over from when they redid the siding on this house, which has got to be, what, 15 years ago at least.
Who knows?
Who knows how long ago. There we go.
I think I'm hung up on the styrofoam. There we go.
Yes, just like that. Look at that. Yeah, let's see if those mice can get under that now.
Don't challenge them.
So now that we've got the flashing in, we're putting these pavers on to hold it down and go across here, except in front of the door. We've got one more to put there. The last, we've got a half one that's going to fit there. Perfect. Exactly. We'll backfill this with the soil we just took out, and I think we'll be good to go.
Awesome.
Okay, so we're covering up, we're making a vent cover for the crawl space under the house. And after we removed the rubber mat, we found in a little junk pile this frame, which the holes on this frame line up with the holes on the house. So they were using this at one point. Why they got rid of it and put the rubber mat in its place, I'm not sure. But we're gonna go back to this frame. We're just gonna reuse what we've got and use this frame because it's the perfect size for covering the hole. On top of that, we're gonna put this screen door cover. This is like the kick plate of a screen door, and it happens to fit perfectly the width of this frame. So we're just gonna hacksaw these off here, screw this into place, and then this will be our crawl space cover with plenty of air for to get under the house, and little mice and rats can't get through. It's too small. So that's a good idea. Pretty slick. Now we're just gonna clean up this old board, both sides, and then we'll repaint it and we'll put the screen on. I'm gonna start with some 80 grit paper and just give this a nice buffing. Okay, much better. Doesn't have to be smooth as a baby's bottom, but at least we've got a nice finish to start with our paint, and we'll get going on that next. Let's get everything covered, not too fancy. So this is not the ideal fix, but this is what we're gonna do for now. And I think you've probably heard us mention before, we've got to pretty much rebuild this whole house for a renovation, but there's just some things that can't wait, and one of them is this guy. So we're just gonna do this quick fix. We'll come back and do a better job later. I got paint on my snap shirt.
If only you had another one.
Okay, we're gonna let this first coat dry, and it's drying pretty fast in this heat, so we'll be ready to go pretty soon.
Okay, so we're going to spray paint the screen. This is aluminum, so it doesn't really need to be painted because it's not going to rust or anything, but it would look white, and that will look nicer with the rest of the house. Okay, we'll let that tack up for a couple minutes and then we'll flip it over and do the other side. Okay, now we're going to turn it over and paint the other side. Okay, so we're done painting the frame. Now we're going to attach the screen on top of it. So we're going to use 4 screws to attach the screen to the board. And then we've got 4 others that we're going to attach the whole ensemble to the house.
That was very anticlimactic. Do you need a new battery?
Why do you always ask that? No.
Oh.
See, I have throttle.
I see.
I go slow so I don't strip out the screw or the wood. Because you don't have to go fast and you don't have to like torque this thing down. It just has to be snug so it holds the screen in place. Make sure that didn't go all the way through. If it did go all the way through, it was no big deal. I just don't want it to go all the way through and into my work table. So now we're going to find the exact center of the other side.
Well, if you wanted the exact center, we would measure, but we don't care, so this is good enough.
Okay, let me rephrase that. I want to find the
approximate
the
center.
Same center as the other side so it looks homogeneous.
Homogeneous.
Because we want the wife to be in harmony.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Now we're going to put it in the hole. So as you can see, it's a major upgrade from where we were.
It really does look better than it was before, and it was a necessary project to get done, even though our quick project ended up taking all day. We hope you enjoyed joining us at Strong's Little Farmhouse. Check out some of our other videos, and don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an upcoming video. God bless and have a beautiful day.